Good morning, friends, and once again, welcome to your class. Today, we will go through the topic on simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest is too much simple to calculate, and compound interest is little bit complex in comparison to simple interest. Now, what is simple interest and what is compound interest? In simple interest, throughout the time period, the principal remains same, and in compound interest, principal changes after adding the interest. Okay. Okay. Take an example. Say uh, you are investing 100 rupees for your convenience purpose. Take 100 rupees. You are investing 100 rupees in a bank for the period 3 years, and rate of interest is 10% per annum. That is 10% yearly. Yearly interest 10%. So after 1 year, you would get interest of how much? 10% of 100, that is 10 rupees. After another year, you would get interest again 10 rupees. And after another year, you would get interest 10 rupees. So after the end of 3 years, you would get interest total 30 rupees. So if you consider total return after 3 years, that is principal plus total interest, that is 100 rupees was principal and total interest is 30 rupees, that is 130 rupees. You would get return after the end of 3 years. Now there is a simple formula to calculate total interest after a certain period. The formula is I for interest, total interest for the period, equals to P for principal, the amount you invested or you borrowed, into T is time period, for the total time period, R rate of interest by 100. Okay, so in this case, principal is 100 rupees. Okay, 100 rupees. T time period is 3 years. R rate of interest is 10, and by 100 according to this formula, cancel 100, that is 30. That is total interest after 3 years for 100 rupees, if rate of interest 10 is 30 rupees. So total return would be principal plus total interest, that is 130. Clear? This is how it is discussed in step by step, and this is using the formula. Okay, this is simply simple interest. This interest is simple interest. Okay, now come to the point. Okay. Compound interest. Achha. Again, take example. You have invested 100 rupees in a bank for 3 year time period and rate of interest 10%. Now this is not simple interest, this is compound interest. Okay, you have to calculate in compounding way, cumulative way. Okay, achha. 10% yearly. So we are assuming that if nothing is mentioned, assuming that amount is accumulated or compounded once in a year. After 1 year, amount is compounded. Okay. Okay. So after 1 year, how much interest you would get? 10%, that is 10 rupees. Now after 1 year, you are getting the 10 rupees. Now what happened? Now you have to compound or calculate cumulative way. So you get 10 crore rupees interest and principal 100 rupees. So new principal would be 100 plus 10, that is 110 rupees. Now you have to calculate, assuming the principal 110. So after 1 year you would get interest, that is a principal what 110 into time period 1 year into rate of interest 10 by 100. 10, that is after 1 year you would get interest of 11 rupees. So in this case principal was 110 and interest is 11 rupees. So after end of second year new principal would be 110 plus this interest 11, that is 121. Okay, now you have to calculate, assuming the principal 121. Okay, so after another 1 year the interest would be 121 into 1, that is P into T, 1 year, our rate of interest 10 by 100. Cancel this 10, that is it would be 12.1. Okay, so after the end of third year you would get interest 12.1. So what is the total return? It was the principal 121 plus this interest, that is 12.1. So it would be 133.1. Okay, in this way you have to calculate compound interest. Now there is a formula to calculate accumulated amount after a certain period, that is say after 3 years total amount would be, that is principal plus interest, total amount after investing some principal. There is a formula. Okay, the formula is, so in this way we got total outcome. Okay, total amount would be 133.1 after 3 years. Now to the formula, accumulated amount after a certain period equals to P into 1 plus R by N into 100 to the power N into T. Okay, total amount after a certain period in a compound interest by investing some principal would be P into 1 plus R by N into 100 to the power whole to the power N into T. What is N? How many times you compound it? Okay, in a year. Say if nothing is mentioned, then assume that it is compounded yearly, that is once in a year. Then N equals to 1. Then N equals to 1. Okay, here also put N equals to 1. This is not point, this is multiplication, 1 into 100. If compounded half yearly means after 6 months, taking the interest, new principal, calculate a new principal, then again next calculation. Okay, half yearly means after 6 months. So in a year 2 times. If compounded half yearly, it mentioned that compound amount compounded half yearly, then that means yearly twice, 2 times in a year. So n equals to 2 here. So 2 into t to the power 2 into t, and here 2 into 100. If it is mentioned compounded quarterly means a quarter means 3 months. How many quarters in a month? That is 4 quarters. So if it is mentioned the amount compounded quarterly, then n equals to 4, because a year has 4 quarters. 4 into t, and here 4 into 100. If it is mentioned that compounded or cumulated monthly, every month, so there are 12 months in a year, so 12 times, that is 12 into t, and here also 12 into 100. If it is mentioned that fortnightly, that is after 15 days, in a month, that is 2 fortnight. So in a year, 2 into 12, 24. If accumulated fortnightly, that is after 15 days, so in a year it is 12 into 2, because in a year 12 month, and in every month there is 2 fortnight, that is 12 into 2, that is 24. Then 24 into t. If it is mentioned daily, accumulated daily, then in a year 365 days, and for leap year 366 days, then it would be 365 or 366 according to leap year or not. Okay, and this way you can calculate accumulated per hour, whatever it is. If nothing mentioned, simply put n equals to 1. The formula would become, if once in a year, then it would be t, and here also r by 100, because multiply by 1 means it is the general formula, n into t or by n into 100. Okay, so come to the general formula. N means number of times accumulated per year. Okay, this is the general formula, n into 100, not n into 100. Okay, accumulated amount means after the end of certain period, the amount becomes, you would get the return, how much amount. This is accumulated amount. After investing 100 rupees, you would get total return, not only interest, total return. Okay, so accumulated amount means, total return means principal plus interest. Principal plus interest. Okay, I hope up to this you have got clear idea. Accumulated amount, principal plus interest. What type of interest? Cumulative interest, CI. So this is the formula. You would get return a accumulated amount. Total amount you would get return. Total amount means principal plus total interest. CI means cumulative interest. Total interest means here cumulative interest or compound interest equals to this formula, P into 1 plus r by n into 100 whole to the power n into t. Okay, t is a total time period. Our rate of interest, P for principal, initial amount invested. N once, how many times in a year compounded. Okay, formula is clear. Now take an example. This is a very much simple question. Previously it came in the WBCS exam, West Bengal Civil Service, also CGL combined graduate level. Actually it is a 5th-6th standard question. Okay, so if you have clear idea, you can solve any question. Okay, now in this question it is given that what is given, the difference between compound interest and simple interest equals to 93 for 3-year period, rate of for 3-year period. And here also given difference of simple interest and compound interest for 3-year period after for a certain principal equals 93. So you have to calculate what you have to calculate. You have to calculate the principal. Okay. Okay. Very much easy question. And rate of interest is 10. R equals to 10. Okay, R equals to 10 also given, and difference equals to 93. Time period for 3 years. In simple way, the question told that for a certain principal, difference between compound interest and simple interest for 3 years in rate of interest 10 equals to 93. You have to find out the principal. Okay. Okay. Now take the example. Okay. Now take example. Sorry. Now go to the solution. This is the formula of compound interest. So for the compound interest, CI, total interest, CI equals to what? From this formula, P into 1 plus R by N into 100 or N into T minus P, because P plus CI equals to this one. So CI equals to this minus P. This is the formula. Okay. Now calculate. Okay. Put this formula here. CI equals to P 1 plus R by N into 100 to the whole to the power N into T minus P. is one formula. Okay. Okay, I am erasing this part. Now, nothing is mentioned. We told previously, just recall, if nothing is mentioned, then assume that accumulate this amount accumulated once in a year. It's one time. Then simple formula will be Ci equals to P into 1 plus, when n equals to 1, that is 100, n 1 into 100 is 100. So we got n into t, why if n equals to 1, it will be t only. Okay? And time period. Okay? Again, in case of simple interest, SI, simple interest equals to P into T into R by 100. Okay. And here, period is 3 years. So, it's 3 years. For 3 years, T equals to 3. Here also, 3. Then it becomes SI equals to 3PR by 100. Okay. Again, rate of interest is 10. So, again, put R equals to 10. Here also, R equals to 10. This one becomes SI equals to 30P by 100. Cancel 10 equals to 3P by 10. This also becomes Ci equals to P into 1 plus 1 by 10 cube minus P. Okay. Then this one becomes Ci equals to P 10, here it will be 11 cube minus P. So, take P common, huh? Ci equals to P. Achha, 11 by 10, that means 1.1 to cube to the power 3. Okay. Take P common, minus 1. Clear? So, what happened after this? This becomes P common 1.1 cube minus 1. It is. Okay. Then 1.1 cube. That means how much? 1.1 means 1.1 cube means 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1. 11 cube means how much? 11 cube. 11 cube means 1.1 cube 1.333. This means 1.3333. Okay, so from this you can find 1.333 minus 1. Okay, so this becomes P into 0.333. Just a minute. 1 to 1, 11, 1. Sorry, simple mistake. 1.331. So it means 0.331. P into 0.331. Because 1.331 minus 1, that is means just after decimal points is there. So P into 1.331 minus 1, it equals to P into 0.331. Okay. Okay. Now, according to the problem, difference between compound interest and simple interest is 93. Okay. So, from this relation, we have, okay. So, here we got Ci from this relation. Ci equals to 0.331 P from this equation. Because Ci equals to this one, and this one means this, and this one means this. So Ci, finally we got Ci equals to this one. Okay. Okay. And previously we found that Si equals to this one. So in question D equals difference between these two. Difference between, obviously, tell which one is higher. Compound interest is higher because it is compounding step by step. Okay, simple interest throughout the period, principal is same, so no changes will be there. So compound interest larger. So define our difference, that means Ci minus Si. From this equation, we received Ci equals to, okay, and D equals to difference 93. So 93 equals to Ci minus Si. Okay. So 93 equals to Ci means this one, 0.331 P, 0.331 P minus Si. Si means 3P by 10. Okay. So 93 equals to 0.331 P minus 3 by 10 man. 10 means 0.3 into P. Okay. So take P common. Take P common. (93) equals to, taking P as common, 0.331 minus 0.3. So 93 equals to P. It would be 0.31. Sorry, it would be 0.031. Okay, so P equal to 93 by 0.031. This is the value of P. From here, we can find out P equals to 93 by 31 into 1000. Okay, whatever the value would be, whatever the value means, P equals to 331 ja 93, that is P equals to 3000. This is the answer. Okay. So in exam hall, you can just jump to the formula and calculate. You have the formula of accumulated interest from accumulated amount. From there, you can find out formula of cumulative interest. And SI formula is too much easy, and difference is given, so you can find out easily this one. Okay. We have discussed step by step for the querying concept purpose. When you know the concept, then you can solve, you can find out that which formula you have to use. Otherwise, you have to only memorize the formula, and this process is harder. Okay, because if you want to memorize everything, it would be not easier task. Okay, and if you forgot, then you also got out. So try to concept the clear, then put the formulas. If your concept is clear, easily you can find out the formulas and you can calculate in simple ways. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can contact us. We are sharing our contact, that is 896779391. 896779391. You can call us, or you can send us text message or WhatsApp, whatever you want. We will try to discuss with you and to resolve your problem. We have various physical centers also there. Okay, one is Guwahati and one is Dhubri in Assam. There are two centers in Assam and Dhubri in Guwahati, and in West Bengal. A center is in Jalpaiguri town, and in Murshidabad district, Baharampur town, and also we have center in Patna. Okay, so if you want, you can do face-to-face class to clear your concept and stay connected with us. Okay.